Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. We are doing the summary for the month of May now. So let's see what the month of May looks like after the intro. Hello everyone. So you've probably noticed that this video is backwards. So yes, I didn't have time to make this one in time because I was waiting for an information that came after. So as you can see, I have already made the setup for the month of June, and I still haven't done the end of the month for the month of May. So that's probably why you have seen this video backwards. But it really doesn't matter. So let's see what we have for the month of May. So I've been preparing my stuff in here. So I have my little stickers and now I don't see them. Okay, so where are they? Oh, they're here. So I have the stickers for the month of May here, and I've made this a little bit closer just so you can see what's going on in here. So if you hear clicking, it's because I will be following up with my digital planner. So I've already prepared some of the things in here. And so for the first week in here, I'm very happy to say that I have my first no spend week in a long time. And that's because I was traumatized from the month of April. But I don't think it lasted very long. So let's see what went on the second week. So on the second week, on the 9th of the month, I received a refund from the government that I had overpaid something. So I received that refund and I did put some money on the credit card. But after that, it was Mother's Day on that weekend, so I had to buy something, and there's something that I really loved, so I did buy some for myself, and that was $34.90. So that's what I had spent on that day for myself, and that's not including the Mother's Day gift, because there's already money that had been there in my cash envelopes for that, so we're not counting that. Then on Saturday, I went and bought some food, and I think it was because of Mother's Day, and I wanted to do something. So again, that was not supposed to be, but lately, as the oldest, I've been requested to do more than I've been willing to do, but that's okay. So on the 13th, there's the interest for my credit card that went through, and that was $4.43. So that's what we have here. And then I went to the pharmacy. I can't remember what was that I bought. I think it was for me, but I'm not really sure. But that was $37.32. And then we went to IKEA and I bought that. I bought something in IKEA. So did I write it here? Oh no, IKEA is not in a credit card, so that doesn't go here. Okay, so then on the Tuesday, 14th, I went and bought something for myself. So that is here. And I also bought something at the pharmacy, and I think that was some of my drugs that I had to buy. And so that was the pharmacy. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do something. So for this week, the second week of the month of May, the total of my spending, rounded, is $135. So that's what I had spent on that week. Then this week, let's continue. So on the last day, on Sunday, again, I bought some food, and I spent... how much? This is $44.62. So the total for that week is no, sorry, that's not 44. With everything in total, that's $130. And again, that's rounded. Okay, So now on the 20th, I bought some Pizza Hut. So on the 20th, I think it was a day off. It was a holiday here, I think. And I bought some pizza because I was tired of cooking for that weekend. And I took some Pizza Hut. Okay, so now I have the car. So I did rent the car in the month of April. I used the car. I use a community rental car that you can rent and use. So I did use that, but I did receive, listen to this. I received a ticket from 2023 that they just found, and I needed to pay from 2023. So anyways, I paid the ticket because I guess I'm the one that got it, but I can't even remember now what happened, so I can't even contest it, and it's too late. But I had to pay both of them. So I had to pay the ticket that I got from that rental car and also the rental car. So the total for that was $289. That hurts. Okay, so now on Friday 24th, I got some food again. So I got some Uber food, and the total for that week, because it's mostly because of the ticket and the car rental, and that amount went up to $340 for that week. That's a lot. Okay, so for Sunday 26th, I spent some money on games, and also spent some money for a book. That's a pre-ordered book, so that book I knew was coming, and that was $17.69. And then on the next day, I also spent some money on, yes, cell phone games. So that was $7 that I spent there, $7.46. So in total for that week, I have nothing else on that week. So the total for that week, the spending was $40. The total for the month, the total of spending for that month, for the month of May, so the month that we just finished, it's 700 whooping dollars. So that's the total. That's the total amount that went through my credit card. So now let's see how that looks. So can you guys see well? I think I'm going to stay in the middle here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think you can see well. Okay, so let's see what went on that month. We're going to be closing the month for the month of May. So this is the budgeted amounts that went through, and now we're going to see the actual amounts that I gave myself. So that's the actual amounts that I took from the bank to put in my saving envelopes. Yeah, saving envelopes. Okay, so the actual amount of food, so that usually doesn't change unless I have 3 paychecks in the month, but that should always be $500. So there is no change in here. Now for my spending, oh yeah, that's accurate. Okay, so I ended up having only $80 for myself, and that's a difference from last month to this month. That's $50. $50? No, that's $20 difference. Okay, sorry, I just had to make sure that I had the right numbers. So here there's a difference of $20 here, so I got $20 less. But also we have to remember that in April I received a lot of money. So I received, instead of having 2 income sources, I had 6 income sources coming in. So that makes a really big difference. So there's $20 difference between my spending money between this month and the last month. So that would be April. Okay. So for emergency funds, I had intended to get 135. I did get 135. Last month for April, it was 155. So the difference is $20 less. Now, same thing for debt. I still have 135, but last month I had given myself 185, so that's a difference of $50. And here, back to school, I gave myself 135 instead of 215 from the month of April. So that's an $80 difference. Now, for medical, I budgeted myself $95. I ended up giving myself $105. And there's still a difference between last month of $40. So the total, the actual amount that I gave myself in the month of May is $1,090. And these are for the main envelopes, the ones that are more important for me, or at least the ones that I want to follow up on. So the percentage, so the income was $1,160. So let's see how much it goes. So $500 on food, that gives me 43%. So 33% of my saving income goes into food, and that's a lot. Now, for my spending was 7%. My emergency fund and my debt, which usually have the same amounts, they were 12% each of my saving amounts, income. And now for back to school, same thing, it went to 12%. And now for my medical, that was just a little 9%. And that's what I'm saying, that I want to start paying less to back to school and a little bit more for medical. And that was 94% of my saving income went to the main ones. And usually, as you know, it's only like 50-60%. So this month I really took a lot. So a lot of it went here, but most of it went for food. And I think it just follows the inflation. Okay, so now for my debt snowball. What happened with my debt snowball? So you know that I had put the start amount, I had left it to $2,000. I paid, so I usually pay $250, but I just mentioned that I had received a refund from the government and I decided to pay it here. So in total, what I paid this month was $460. And what is left to pay would it usually be less, but as you've seen, I've spent a lot of money. So I spent $700, but I only paid $460. So I will consider that I still have $2,000 to pay. And so there's no difference, and I still have 100% to pay. Now for my loan, the last month we started we started with $12,533. That's the start amount. So that's how I started when I started to pay my my loan. And now I paid this month. I usually pay the same thing every month. So that was $131.68, and that doesn't move unless I pay more, like an extra amount. And I now finally received the answer. So the answer that I was waiting to do my video was this. I needed to know how much was left to pay, because even though I made the calculations myself with the interest rate and everything, it never comes to the amount that the government tell me. So I now just requested. So I have $11,830.24 left to pay. So I think I'm close to $1,000 paid. And that means I still have just give me 1 second. There is a difference. Well, there's no difference because I usually pay that amount. So there's no difference. That's the same thing. And then what is left to pay is, oh no, I'm sorry. The percentage left of the loan to pay is 95%. And I'm really glad that I'm finally down from 99%. So I am doing something in my student loan, but I'm really not behaving well for my visa. That's all I have to say. So that is what I have. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, so that is what I have for, what went on in my budget for the month of May. So I'm not quite glad with everything that happened with my credit card. I am still spending too much money on my credit card, but a lot of it went for the how you call that, my ticket and car rentals. Sadly, car rentals is something I'm gonna have to live with, and it's like a pay-per-use basis, but the ticket really hurt. So yeah, that made a really huge dent in my spendings for my credit card. So guys, I hope that this helps you in some way, or that you learned something. And as you have seen, and as I have said before, usually the end of the month review comes before the setting up of the planner, but in this case I was still waiting for one of the information. It was for the student loan amount, so I had to put the video setting up the month of June first, and so you're getting this one after, but usually it's the opposite way around. So I hope to see you again for the month of June, and thank you for everybody that leaves comments, and thank you for all the new subscribers, and see you on the next video, guys. Oh, sorry, I forgot something. I wish you financial health, emotional health, psychological health, and physical health. See you next time. Bye.